Tesla aims for FSD wide release in 1 month. October 21, 2022. Tesla is pushing through with the wide release of full self-driving. The company hopes regulators will understand the technology more after the wide release. So, this quarter, we expect to go to a wide release of full self-driving beta in North America. So, anyone who has ordered a full self-driving will have access to the FSD beta program this year. Probably about a month from now, Elon Musk said during the Q3 2022 earnings call. So anyone who buys a car and purchases a full self-driving option will immediately have that available to them. According to Musk, Tesla observed that the car's safety is significantly greater when FSD mode is activated than when it is not. He added that regulatory approval for FSD is a separate matter altogether. Musk is hopeful that Tesla will release an FSD update next year that shows regulators the car is safer than the average human. When Tesla releases FSD this quarter, it will not have regulatory approval. However, Musk assured users that FSD would be able to take the car to work, a friend's house, or the grocery store without you touching the wheel. He did not clarify whether FSD would be labeled Level 4 or Level 5 autonomy upon its wide release. This debate is like what are the interventions per mile and maybe safety interventions per mile. Like we're not saying that that's quite ready to have no one behind the wheel. It's just that you will almost never have to touch the control. Vehicle controllers. Musk noted. In September, Tesla's Senior Director of Investor Relations Martin Viecha noted that the company planned to release supervised FSD. Viecha's words echoes Elon Musk's at the Q3 2022 earnings call. Viecha explained that supervised FSD was basically supervised autonomy, where drivers still actively participate in the car's mobility. Based on Musk's explanation at the recent earnings call, supervised FSD requires drivers to stay attentive while on the road and only intervene when absolutely necessary. Tesla is expected to release FSD beta version 10.69.3 this week. The latest version of FSD beta is 10.69.2.3. Source reposted and summarized from Maria Morano at Tesla RT. My take: Tesla FSD is both super exciting and terrifying at the same time. Tesla has record growth in energy deployments for Q3 2022. October 21, 2022, Tesla announced that it delivered a record number of solar and batteries in Q3 2022. Tesla reported that energy storage deployments increased by 62% year-over-year from around 1.29 gigawatt-hours in Q3 2021 to 2.1 gigawatt-hours in Q3 2022. Tesla's energy storage deployments include Powerwall home batteries and its utility-scale Megapack. In Tesla's shareholder letter, it said energy storage deployments increased by 62% year-over-year in Q3 to 2.1 gigawatt-hours, by far the highest level we have ever achieved. This level of growth was accomplished despite semiconductor challenges continuing to have a greater impact on our energy business than our automotive business. Demand for our storage products remains in excess of our ability to supply. We are in the process of ramping production at our dedicated 40 gigawatt-hours Megapack factory in Lathrop, California, to address the growing demand. Solar deployments increased by 13% year-over-year in Q3 to 94 megawatts. One of the strongest quarters in recent years. While our commercial project deployment can be volatile and was lower year-over-year, we continued to see year-over-year growth of our residential projects in Q3. Our solar installation team continues to improve installation efficiency, enabling higher volumes and stronger economics. Tesla has been ramping up its hiring, and its mega factory in Lathrop, California, is no exception. Here, Tesla is hiring from everything from mailroom associate to mega factory production associates and material handlers. Tesla CEO Elon Musk noted that Tesla believes that it can meet the requirements of the Inflation Reduction Act for both its vehicles and energy products. We do expect to meet IRA requirements, he said. He also added that Tesla sees its energy business growing faster than its electric vehicle business. Source reposted and summarized from John Akrider at Tesla RT. My take: Tesla Energy is the sleeping giant that few people understand or even talk about. Tesla stock buyback in 2023. October 21, 2022. Elon Musk has hinted that Tesla could repurchase up to $10 billion worth of its shares next year. after a slide in the electric vehicle maker's stock this year spurred calls for the move. The Tesla CEO laid out the company's thinking Wednesday in a conference call after its third-quarter financial report, where it missed revenue targets but beat on earnings. The Tesla board has discussed the idea of repurchasing shares extensively, and it generally thinks it makes sense, Musk said, but we want to work through the right process to do a buyback. But it's certainly possible for us to do a buyback on the order of $5 billion to $10 billion. He explained, even in the downside scenario next year, even given if next year is a very difficult year, we still have the ability to do a $5 billion to $10 billion buyback. This is obviously pending board review and approval, so it's likely that we'll do some meaningful buyback. Some investors have pushed for Tesla to repurchase shares after a series of stock splits and a fall of about 36% in its price this year so far. Leo Ko-Guan, who claims to be the EV maker's third-largest individual shareholder, called for the move earlier in October, saying in only a buyback or a doubling in profit could break the stock's decline. Tesla shares fell over 5% to $209.30 in pre-market trading after the company said it expects to undershoot its delivery growth target for this year. It reported revenue of $21.45 billion in the third quarter, shy of the $21.96 billion analysts forecasted. But its adjusted earnings came in at $1.05 per share, versus the 99 cents expected. The company's market cap stood at around $690 billion at market close Wednesday. Musk's bid to take over Twitter would involve his Tesla shares, one factor weighing on the share price along with the wider impact on tech stocks of the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes and fears of a recession. Source reposted and summarized from Zara Taib at Business Insider. My take: Tesla has so much cash that they don't know what to do with it. Tesla to produce 50,000 Tesla semis in 2024. October 21, 2022. If there were one upcoming product that Tesla truly discussed during the Q3 2022 earnings call, it would be the Tesla Semi. Elon Musk and Tesla executives shared a lot of interesting tidbits of information about the Class 8 all-electric truck, such as its battery range when it's fully loaded and the expected date of its first deliveries. While answering questions from retail and institutional investors during the Q&A session, Musk mentioned that the Semi is already in early production, and since Tesla typically takes about a year to ramp up production of a new product, the company is currently looking to produce 50,000 Tesla Semi units per year in 2024. We'll be ramping up Semi production through next year. As I think everyone knows at this point, it takes about a year to ramp up production. So, we expect to see significant. We're tentatively aiming for 50,000 units in 2024 for Tesla Semi in North America. And obviously, we'll expand beyond North America. And these would sell. I don't want to say the exact prices, but they're much more than a passenger vehicle, Musk said. While a production target of 50,000 per year sounds conservative for a company like Tesla, which produces 20,500 vehicles per week in Gigafactory Shanghai this Q4 2022. Such an output would already be incredibly impressive, as could be seen in data from Statista. The U.S. Class 8 trucking market is currently dominated by Freightliner, which sold over 71,000 units in 2020 and about 100,000 units in 2019. Following Freightliner in the number 2 spot is Kenworth, which typically sells less than 50,000 Class 8 trucks per year. In 2019, for example, Kenworth sold about 42,000 units. And in 2020, the truck maker sold over 30,000 units. Assuming that Kenworth maintains its pace and Tesla succeeds in producing and potentially selling 50,000 Tesla Semi per year in 2024, it would make the EV maker the U.S. second-largest Class 8 truck maker. That's quite a feat, especially if one were to consider the fact that the Tesla Semi would likely be limited by the company's battery supply in the near future. Elon Musk even noted during the Q3 2022 earnings call that the vehicle's initial production would not involve the company's 4680 battery cells. Once Tesla's 4680 project hits its pace and production of the Semi gets optimized, it would not be surprising if the all-electric truck becomes the best-selling Class 8 hauler in the United States in the coming years. Source reposted and summarized from Simon Alver at Tesla RT. My take: I can't wait to see the Tesla Semi in the wild.